Hey guys, it's EverJ99 and welcome to my July holiday vlog from Oswestry. So there's quite a lot of photos and I did try and take more videos than last year's holiday, as that was requested that I try to take more. So we'll see how it went. So first up, we've got an attempt to try to do more videos of I wasn't really sure what I had planned and how many I was going to take, so my plan was to continue that the whole way through, but didn't really work out. And then these are some pictures from the first full day in the place, and we went and visited the actual town of Oswestry. So you got a little map and then a building that we walked past, and then this archway on the way to a park that was really pretty. And then we got a statue in the park and like some war memorial stuff. There's also some flowers, and on the left we've got a little video of the area where the flowers are. And then the following day we went to an aqueduct. So we got some pictures of the start of a journey. We went on a little boat journey over the canal on top of the aqueduct. And so this is just the coming up to it. You can sort of see in the bottom left picture the opening of the aqueduct. This is one that I took, and you can just see the boats actually moving because you can see the rail on the side of the aqueduct, because people can actually walk over it. You can see that come into view. And if we go to one my dad took, because this is full of videos the both of us took, because some of his are better than mine and some of mine are better, so I combined them. But you can actually see how narrow it is and like people walking along the path, but the other side of the boat part has no barrier at all, just a big drop. So yeah, and the guide
the drop's about to get much worse, I promise.
Start talking soon. There we go.
So here we are on Thomas Telford's Pont Cysylltu Aqueduct. I'll say the name again slowly. Pont Cysylltu.
So that is the name of the aqueduct. I am not attempting to say that because I have no idea. But I've got the next one of a little bridge off the edge, but Dad got a better picture. My video is mainly for the audio because out of the window where I was looking, I could just see raindrops, and like it got very steamed up because it was hot in that boat. So yeah.
Bridges at this end of the valley, and the oldest of which is the little bridge crossing the river on the right-hand side, which is a 16th century bridge built on a 13th century model that gives the area its place name Pont Cysylltu, which in English means the bridge at the connecting place.
So there it is, the bridge at the connecting place is what it is called. So next, this is another bridge that was off to the other side, to the little one that you could see. So you can see all the architecture there and some little sheep at the bottom. And then next up we got one on the left that I took out of the opposite window because it was actually more in focus taking them out of the opposite window than the one next to me. And then one of a bridge that some people, like if they rented a boat, they could keep going that way, but we turned at this point, and this is us turning.
Known by many as a winding or winding hole, depending on who you asked. And this was here as a turning point for the boats, even before you had the engines on board. Originally, the boat operators would have relied on the wind as a means to turn the boat around, and even with the powerful engine on the back, the wind can still dramatically change the way that we would tackle this manoeuvre, hence winding hole.
So The next one is a picture of the lady that was driving the boat, so that is what she is doing there. And you can see some houseboats along the edge of the canal. They stay there permanently, although I guess the people that live in them might sometimes take them away if they go on holiday or something, but they normally stay there and people actually live on them on the water. And then next we got us passing some people and some people going past. I think they were probably people that were on holiday and renting a canal boat, and you can see them coming past. So it can seem like you're moving slow, but at times it also seems like you're moving quite fast. So here they go. You can see how close the boats pass each other. So, because the canal over the aqueduct is so thin, only one person can go at a time, one way, but there isn't like traffic lights, so you kind of just gotta be like first come first serve, but if someone else starts going, you've kind of can't go, so there might be some like reversing needed and stuff. And then my dad recorded the entire journey back over. The actual video is like 10 minutes, 15 minutes, but I've got it at times 4 speed because I edited it and then added onto this presentation the edited file, so it is sped up. You can see how sped up it is, like the mild talking or like little odd sound there is, you just hear although it is slowed down in a second because the guy does start talking again. So he's got this side, and now he is back on this side again. So in a little bit I think it slows down because the guide starts talking about it, because we can see from here the house that the architect and like main organizer of this build, you can see he has like a house where you can see the construction.
That's the house on the left with a little red door covered in ivy. So as Telford was living there, he could quite literally keep an eye on the construction of the Everplex, but was also starting one on the A5, which is the road that stretches through the valley behind us. The A5 was built on the old Roman road that went from London to Holyhead, and as Telford worked on that stretch, he built a series of bridges, including the old Menai Bridge connecting Anglesey to the rest of the Welsh mainland, the Conwy Suspension Bridge, and the rather intricate Woodley Bridge at Bettws-y-Coed.
So you could really hear the wind noise there. You know, it is quite a lot of wind noise, but you can also see the height of that and like that water rushing underneath, and just how tall this thing is, because it's like taller than the trees that are underneath. So, and I believe at one point she said, I don't think we got it on camera, that to clean this thing they used to empty it into that river, just like pull a plug like you would in a sink or a bath, and it would just like fill underneath, and then they'd have to like refill it or something. So that is that one. There are also these 4 stone things dotted around that they were there. I think there was more information about them, but I can't remember. And then we have a picture in the bottom left of an information board and like a little map of the area. And then we've got some writing. Top part is in Welsh, bottom part is the English translation. Just a bit about the aqueduct. And then on the right you can see the boat that we got on. So after that we went to a pub just the other side of the river to what we were on, and you could actually see like the top of the canal boats from it. This is what I had there. It was good. And here is from just outside, as we were going to go to the cars. You can see the top of the boats there, and where we sat inside you could actually kind of see that from inside. But yeah, you can see the clouds like in front of the mountain. That's how high up we are. And then on the left is the actual aqueduct itself, and on the right is that little bridge that we had that video on of in the background with Dad's picture in the foreground. That is that one. And then the day after that, we travelled quite far. It was like an hour and a half away, and we went and did some underground crazy golf. So that was different, but we had some food at the place before we went, and then because it was underground in the caves, this is how we had to get down. We had to get in there, and it would travel down, and like the first stop is the golf bit, but some people doing like a deep mine tour would go an extra like double the depth down and do that, but because it's underground we all had to wear like hard hats to go down, and then they had them color coded based on what you were doing. So for the golf it was green hats, but you can see here there's like neon lights everywhere, so that was cool. And there was music going on. So you can see course number 5 on the side, and then if we go to the next one you can see number 6, and then we got some people over the edge while we were waiting, because they take you down in batches. You're like constantly waiting for people to take their turn so that you can go. So while we were just doing that we took pictures. And then here we've just got, you can see the grating in the floor because it's on several levels, and you can like see through below you. So you start at the bottom and then you work your way up and then you go down, and then like the very end is on the bottom again, because that's how you get in and out of the cave, is from the bottom. So you just like go in this metal cage and go up like a ton of stairs. But here is one of the things. So it was like very industrial themed because it was a slate mine, so they kind of themed the courses around that, as you can see by the pieces of metal in it. And then the other one had crates of like explosive, like TNT, like obviously fake ones. And then here you got some chains and some rocks. And then this one, that is that same course you can see down there, and then you can go up, and this is at the top, and you have some neon lights and some little lights all on the cave walls, which was, it looks cool in the pictures, the neon lights, but it was even cooler in real life. And then here's some of the stairs that you just go up to get between the different floors. And then on the right you can see it says slide down or do stairs. That was when you were at the top and had to get down to the very bottom. But obviously if you're taking the slide, you can't take your golf club because that wouldn't be safe. So they have this little contraption that does that, and here you can see you just put it in and off it shoots right down to the end of the slide, where you just pick it up again. And the golf balls, when it goes in the hole in that course we just did, it auto goes to the bottom, so like you don't pick it up again at that one. And then here is the slide. There's the people after us standing there, so I kind of got the silhouette of one of them, but you can see all the lights lighting it up. And I really like those lights, but then I do have a weakness for pink and blue because they are my branding colours, and that is because they're like my favourite colours. Here we have, you can see more industrial things. This one is the final hole, and when you got it in, like the lights flashed, but it was really hard to get it in because yeah, you had to get it up the narrow bit and then in the hole. And then here's just some pictures of us exiting that section. And again, with the walking bit, there's a couple that I didn't include in this bit. Maybe I'll do a TikTok or something and put them in. Who knows? I say that, but I might not get around to it. And then next we have a video of the cart that brought us down, taking some other people down, and we are queuing to get on it to go back up. So you can see the worker, the person that works there, like guiding it to stop it, and then once he's far enough forwards, so you can see there's an extra step there, so I guess once he's in line with the step, he'll stop it like there, and then push a button and the doors spring open, and then they can get off, and once they're off we can get on. So later that evening, and I think also like the evening before, as a family, the 6 of us, or like probably not all of us, but most of us, have been working on this puzzle. This one took ages. Oh wait, no, there's two. They're different ones. We did the one on the right and then we did the one on the left. But we did them throughout the entire holiday and just worked on bits and pieces each evening, or like while we were waiting for everyone to be ready in the morning before going out. But the grandparents didn't do the golf. That was just me, my mum and dad. Then it was a Sunday because we travelled on a Wednesday, so the golf was on a Saturday. We went to a Sunday dinner at this little pub. It was very old fashioned. It had like loads of tiny rooms and stuff, and huge like wood tables. I forgot to take a picture of my first course of my main meal, but there is my dessert, a little chocolate cake and some ice cream. And then we have a castle that we went to on the Monday. So we've done something almost every day. It was a very packed holiday, and it's an old castle. You weren't allowed to take pictures inside, which was unusual, but there we go. There was plenty outside to take pictures of. This is when we first arrived, but then we went into a little cafe part that they turned into like a little small cafe, and we sat here, had a little bit of lunch before we went and looked round. So we went up those steps and into that bit, and you could look round, and then the picture in the top right, you come out of a door just behind the bush. The rest of it off to the side you didn't really get to go in, but you have all these gardens to look round. But by the time I had walked around the entire inside, I did not want to have to walk around the garden, even though I do wish I had of, partly, but my legs ached by then. So Dad did it, so picture credits to him from now on, mostly. So again, we got one of the place, but this time he is stood up on that raised bit, and then at the bottom we've got some of him when he's in the gardens, and then next we've got some of one of the peacocks, because there were several. I think there was probably like 6 or something, because there was a couple in that courtyard bit, and then a couple out the front, and like a couple in the gardens, I think, but who knows, because they were wandering around constantly, so they could have just moved. And then you've got like this little wall bit, and you can see around kind of like a balcony, which was pretty cool. And then the original entrance, because what you saw at the start was became the modern entrance, and like after it got adapted over time, but this one was the original, like when it was first built, and those gates were the main ones, and that little like walkway that you see at the side. I think I've got another picture with it in. Oh, there's another peacock. Here it is on the left. Is what the owner used for exercise, to just like walk up and down it. And then next we have some more of the garden and another bit of the peacock, but you can see like the feathers, the full feathers going down there. Next we've got some more. You can see kind of looking up at the castle from going down. The garden is on many tiers, so that's a lot of walking, but I really like these next ones, because you can see like these arches, and there's like a covered bit, and I think beneath it, we saw it in one of the previous ones, there's kind of like glass house bit just under this, which is the orangery. And then we have more peacock feathers, but this time we have one with them open instead of closed. So this one, he is busy showing off to everyone. and then we have a little video that just like pans round the entire of the garden, so you can see a couple of tiers. We're on like a middle one, there's a higher one, and there's a lower one, and there's some people doing stuff on the ground. I'm guessing they have like events there to like raise money to keep the maintenance up of the place, and because it is a very big open field and there's a lot of like stuff to maintain. In here you can see those arches and that orangery, and you can go up, see up to the castle and where that is. It's a lot higher up. And then the next day it was our last day, and we just had like a chill day, played some Game of Life and Monopoly, and it was the ones that the people had at the thing, so they were like old versions of it, because the Game of Life I have here at home has like an electronic part. So next up is the final day, and I took some videos of the place. It's like a tour. So we go from the top of the main stairs of the place into a bedroom. This was the one that I stayed in, as it had the single beds, and it's blue. I need blue. So we go here, there's the wardrobe, there's a couple full-length mirrors. I always love a full-length mirror, it's really helpful when you're trying to plan what you're wearing. And it's got a little, well, not little, it's got a good sized ensuite bathroom. That is pink. My best friend, I sent her a picture of the floor and she loved it, as well as that little rug being pink, because she is obsessed with pink. And then we have a little close-up of that flower pot that was on the windowsill, because I really like this, and it is fake, but it is really pretty, and you can kind of see the view of the farmhouse where the people that own the entire place live. And then we resume and go out of there, up a step, come out, and then we turn to the side and go into the room my mum and dad stayed in, and that is this one. And then we go down a couple steps to get in, same as my one, and they've got some cupboard space behind those doors, and you go round, got that window all the way down there, and then they've got a bathroom this way, so you can see that one. And I have a picture of that they took of out of their window, so you can see like the road into the place. And then we go to resume, so we're now heading out of the room, up those steps, and you can see the massive hallway, like landing area and stairs, which we'll come to later. So we're coming down these steps, down a couple, and then I've got to go up a couple the other side. There you go. All leg reveal. And then we go this way and into a bedroom. There is another one. We did use this one. You can see the cupboards off to the side. And if we head back out, we go into one at the end. This was like the smallest one. We didn't use this one, but if people came with a bigger family or whatever, or friends, and more people, they'd probably use this one. So we exit there, and then we turn to the left, and we head down here. Oh, I thought I went left first. Apparently I went right first. So we use this one, and this one is like a lighter pink. I feeling like most of them are like a light pink and blue feel. I'm liking this. I didn't realise that I do love these bathroom tiles in this one. This is like the shared bathroom area. So next I'm gonna head back out to the corridor. Oh, plant. Didn't notice that somehow. And then we have a view out of one window that I pass, and then I'm gonna pass another window, but we're heading back to the stairs, and there's the window at the top of the stairs. And now let's go downstairs and I'll show you that. So this is from the left hand front door, because there's actually two. There's like a new front door which leads into this area, like out here, this like utility room, and then there's like the main front door, which is like the old one, which you'll see in a minute. But this is the kitchen. It is pretty big. 99% of these cupboards are empty, but it is huge. And then we head into the main dining room. We only sat here to do like games. We didn't actually eat in here because it's a huge table, very posh table. We just used that one in the kitchen because that was fine for us. But you can see the big door there and the stairs, but I'll show more of that in a second. And when we're heading over to this room, this is the lounge, but the door's shut, so I need to open it. And they have several sofas and chairs, all mishmashed and from different sets. We guessed it was like old ones from that they'd had over the years, and they just put them here. So that's that room. And then I'll shut the door. Since it was shut, I assumed that was for a reason, that someone had shut that. And then we head this way to the downstairs bedroom, although it does have a couple steps down. So there is that one. So that's easier to get to without less steps. Still a step, but less than the others. So there is the hallway, and here is the height of it and the stairs. So there we go. And next is the outside of the place. So in the top right you can see the first front door, and then in the top left you can see like the top of where the main one was. I didn't really get it in frame, did I? Okay, so I'm inserting as an overlay a video that I actually missed, but this is us as we are driving off, so you can see more of the house. And that is the end of the video. So I hope you enjoyed seeing about all that. There's a lot to see. So that's it for this video, and I'll see you all in the next one.